the Groypers believe that they're trying to bring some America First revolution, that they're going to be the messiahs for the United States and take the people of the United States to salvation. But they don't realize that they're destroying the entire country. And I'm going to tell you how. Look, the Democratic Party is being hijacked by DSA, the Democrat Socialists. Zoran Mamdani, AOC, Ilhan Omar, Bernie Sanders, Abdul Saeed, and a bunch of these far left communist socialists, in some cases Islamists. They have hijacked the entire Democratic Party, and they're being the new face of that. The same way the Groypers are trying to hijack the Republican Party, and to some extent, they are able to do it. They're managing to pull a lot of the young Republicans towards them. And very soon, it is going to be DSA versus the Groypers. And when that happens, the DSA have way, way, way better chances to be in the power than the Groypers. Because the Groypers, all they talk about is just, put the whites in power of everything. They call themselves the white nationalists. And at least the DSA guys, those democratic socialists, even though they're communists, they're far left, they're all lunatics, they at least try to make everybody feel that, hey, you're welcome in a party. You could be anybody. You're white, black, purple, brown. You're welcome in a party. Our common enemies are these white nationalists. And the way the human emotions, the way the human mindset works is, when somebody makes you feel comfortable in their faction, you're going to want to go there. What Nick Fuentes don't realize is that most of his fans on the internet are from the Latin American countries, or from, matter of fact, like from India and Pakistan. That in reality, they have very less, support. They have very less people backing them up. When it's going to be DSA versus Groypers, it is going to be very much one-sided. The Groypers can't be in the power. Just like in any country, the far-right group cannot be in the power. If the Groypers are there trying to make a political party, in that case, the DSA will become the centrist party. Even most of the whites will lean towards the DSA and not towards the Groypers. And that way, they're going to put the people in the power that are literally trying to destroy the United States, that are literally trying to bring the communist revolution, the socialist revolution. Zoran Mamdani is already talking about privatizing everything. Not privatizing, but, nationalizing everything. And that is actually their entire plan. Zoran Mamdani, he's going to make it so hard for the private house owners to sustain their income that they will have no other, way but to sell their properties. They will take the private owners out of the market, and then these DSA lunatics, they will nationalize the housing system. Then, if you want to get the house, you're going to have to align with the DSA policies. If you're aligning with the Groypers, you're not going to get the houses. It's like, hey, you're anti-vaxxer, we're not going to provide you the house. The private owners are already out because they can't afford to have the apartments. It is the DSA that owns those houses. So if you're not aligned with the DSA policies, you're aligned with the Groypers, or you're in any way DSA anti, you're not going to get the houses. You're not going to get the groceries from the grocery stores. It's going to be 1984, George Orwell's 1984 coming true. And who's going to be responsible for that? The Groypers. The Groypers have one explanation for everything. The Jews and the Israel. Whatever goes on, put it on the Jews and the Israel. Like nothing else is going on in there. It's just the Jews and Israel. And the Islamists, they don't vote for Groypers anyway. The Muslims are not in favor of the Groypers. The Jews are not in the favor of the Groypers. Most of the Christians and the Catholics are not in the favor of the Groypers. There are a bunch of the teenagers, who are out there trying to, do the Nazi salute and trying to tell everybody that Hitler was a good man. And there was a small number of these people. They're trying to hijack the Republican Party. When that happens, the DSA will seize the power like that. It's gonna be bad for the entire country. So go ahead, keep destroying the your own country. You call yourself America first. Congratulations, we're trying to destroy your country.